So there has been a lot of great information presented today. We hope that there will be lots of connections made. We're finishing a little bit early, so hopefully grab somebody at your table for lunch, make a new relationship, build a new bridge, change cards, exchange cards, find other groups that you can work with, and make lots of connections. That's one of the reasons we like to do this in person, because it's so easy to then make those connections. And if you are interested in any of our 14 committees, we have aging, we have law enforcement. Jeff Futo is one of our co-chairs of law enforcement back there, and one of our stalwarts. And we have veterans, very, very active committee, diversion reentry, psychiatry and treatment, competency restoration, you name it, we've got a committee. And we welcome you to join any of them. If you want to know what they've been doing, if you go on the Attorney General Task Force site, just type in Task Force of Criminal Justice and Mental Illness on the YO site, and there is a 4-year report we just completed about each of the committees. It's only about a page, highlighting some of the things that they've done. Emily went through a lot that was on the page for juvenile justice. But you can see if there's another committee that you may want to also join if you join this one, or you can join as many as you want. There's no limitation, so we encourage you to do that. And I wanted to particularly thank those that drove a long way. I know Dr. Garcia did, and Jeff and some others in this room have driven a long way to come to this meeting. And so we especially appreciate that, because for folks like us that just live here, it's a much easier thing to do. And we very much appreciate so many. I expected literally a third of the group size, so I was keeping my optimism a little low, trying to not know how many would come, because we cast the net a lot broader than the task force this time to my newsletter that goes out for Stepping Up. It goes to a lot of groups in this room, and so we really appreciate that so many more of you have come. Is Michael Sheeline still here? Do you want to say anything in conclusion, Michael? Nope, Michael's waving me off, so yeah. Thank you again to Carolyn for all the arrangements that you put together, and to Michael for constantly being a solid source of support for this. And is Carrie Bartonek still here? She was here earlier. Carrie Bartonek has been another one that I do a lot of work with, especially on the veterans projects that Attorney General Yost said. He did not talk about it in this presentation, but he is the president of the Attorney General Association this year, and he has made serving those who serve us his motto. He's heavily involved in our veterans work with Chief Justice Kennedy and I that we do, and there's maybe some good connections with some of the research you've done on veterans, so we'd love to have you join our Veterans Committee. They are extremely active committee. Judge Jackson is very involved in it. Judge Loxley from down in your area, who runs the Veterans Court, is one of the co-chairs. Dr. Rita Wood at the VA is one of the co-chairs, and they're a very active committee. They could really use a good presentation on some of the work you're doing too. So anyhow, that brings us to a conclusion. We've asked some of our presenters if they wanted to stay around so you could ask questions, give cards, and make connections. And like I said, grab somebody for lunch since it's about that time. And we thank you again, and thanks to Pete and Donna, who have been with me from the campaign in 2008 and now are an integral part of all my veterans work and my social media and my website, none of which I know how to run, and when they actually retire for the 20th time, it'll die. So thank you so much for your support in coming and taping this, and we look forward to getting the slide presentations from those that did them, and from a version of yours that you could give us that we could post with your presentation. And we thank you so much again for all taking the time to come and connect away. Thank you.